What's up, guys? I want to talk to you guys about ratchets. Not those ratchets, the other ratchets, half-inch ratchets. Like this guy. Half-inch ratchets are something I use a lot at my job, breaking loose bolts that are stubborn, rusted, whatever, lug nuts. Well, I don't really use them for lug nuts, I take it back. But these things are something that you should, I think, invest in, because when you are using one of these, it's on something that doesn't want to come off. And when something doesn't want to come off, you got to put a lot of pressure on this. And when you do that, that could spell trouble if you bought a Harbor Freight special. Alright guys, sorry about the hum. That's just to keep me from sizzling in here because it's hotter than bacon grease on a Sunday morning. So, I'm just trying to show you, it's a little experiment I came up with to show you the distance between teeth on these half-inch ratchets. Check this out. So, the goal here, we're going to bring this back. It doesn't really matter where this is at in relation to the board. I just want to be on one tooth and then go to the next. So they're all going to be maybe in a different spot starting, but it's the same idea. So I'm bringing it, putting a little tension, finding out where this tooth is going to end up at on this ratchet here. And I'm just going to mark terribly. Now I'm going to go try to find the next tooth, and I'm going to stop right when it clicks. Here is the next tooth, and it is right at 4 inches. Alright, and here we have the Cornwell, and now this one, just remember, this one is a little bit longer, so the distance is going to be a little bit bigger. Alright guys, there's a bird that joined my video, so I'll try to get rid of that. Alright, the measurement here is right at 8 inches. Alright, this is the Matco ratchet. We're bringing it back just like I did about just a finger pressure back on this side to kind of get to the edge of this tooth, and then mark that. Now we're just going to find where it clicks. Right there. It looks better than the Snapon by a lot. Right under 3 inches. Alright, you might be able to guess by the scene here, but we are going to be measuring the shank, handle, and while we're here, I guess the ratchet head width, just so we can get some kind of a comparison. Now, this does not necessarily determine the strength of any of these shafts here. I believe that they are all more than willing, like more than able to handle just about whatever you can throw at it shy of a cheater pipe. If you don't know what a cheater pipe is, I like it. Keep not knowing. You don't want to know what a cheater pipe is. Get a longer ratchet. That's what you need. Alright, one at a time. This old Cornwell girl first. Alright, here. So, we have a .736. Just about the thickest point on the handle. 1.38. 1.68. What else we're going to measure here is the thickness of the ratchet head. Just for giggles, who knows. 0.739. And now for the almighty Matco. Just kidding, kind of. So we will start again with the shaft diameter. And that's at 0.678. Well, that's funny. The handle diameter, which is right at 1 inch. The head thickness, 0.637. And now finally the head width at 1.726. Old snappy. Alrighty. Let's do the shaft diameter. 0.633. Handle diameter. This one's kind of tricky because it's got an off-shaped handle, or at least mine does. Wonder if I have something to do with that. 1.322 is the widest that I got. Now we have the head thickness. .746, and the head width 1.612. And this little guy is essentially the same ratchet as the other Snap-on. The only difference here is I happen to have one that doesn't have a Snap-on handle on it, so I can give you the shaft diameter of that just for some comparison sake with the Matco at 0.875. Alrighty here, so just so you have an idea, this Matco version is 25.5 inches. Snap-on right at 25.5 inches as well. Oh, Mr. Cornwell has to be funny with a rounded handle at right at 27.25. Alright, so now let's talk about something that you guys might have been wondering about, is the flex head on these ratchets. But I will tell you that this little guy here comes loose sometimes. I'm sure if I was a responsible tool owner and red Loctited it, it would be fine, but I haven't done that. Now you'll notice this one does not have a lock. Some of you might be saying, well, what the heck, man, how do you use that without a lock? Like, what happens if you want to hold it in this position or hold it in that position? Well, I'll tell you that it hasn't made a big difference for me. I haven't really noticed. It doesn't bother me at all to not have a firm locking position right here like some of these other ratchets. For the Cornwell example, this little guy has a interesting setup here that some of you might be interested in. It is a detent style semi position locking system, I guess. It kind of holds in a couple of places. Now, something that you will notice here is look how far apart these positions are. That, in my opinion, is quite a distance. There's 3 positions between 90 degrees. So you have like a 20, maybe 23.5 degree split, something like that. That's just a quick math that's terrible. Anyway, those, I like the idea. It's a good idea, but I don't necessarily like that there aren't more positions, because you may come a time that you want to be right in between 2 of these positions. And for the Matco, here we have the probably my favorite locking style, but we'll get into some of the wear and tear he's got going on in this little guy, because he's used it once or twice. I asked him, he says he doesn't use it a whole lot. You probably wouldn't be able to tell based on the wear he's got on this little lever here, but who knows. Anyway, this one has more positions, and I like that. And you'll notice, if you look right here, it's got a half moon style lever, and it's kind of stiff to put on, but it just turns a thingamajig here halfway, and it holds on half of the teeth here. Alright guys, I just figured out how to work lighting. The only things on this list that I'm terribly concerned about are length, tooth swing, and price. The rest of it is just for gee whiz, so woohoo, gee whiz. For the price, I would definitely go with, at minimum, the Snap-on, and if you're feeling froggy, go ahead and leap and buy you a Matco. So buy from who you trust. If you don't like your Matco guy, you don't like your Cornwell guy, you don't like your Snap-on guy, then go buy a Craftsman or something, who knows. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed it, hopefully you learned something. If you didn't, I'll try again next time.